So you have an image where you want to remove the background in GIMP to transparency, but you're not sure which tool is best for the job. Well, today you're going to discover 7 different ways to remove a background with GIMP. And then once you've completed this GIMP tutorial, you'll know which method is best for your photo. Hello, my name is Chris Barker, and I'm here to help you elevate your GIMP editing skills. So if you're ready, let's do it. So option number 7 is using the Fuzzy Select tool. Now, this selection tool works best on images that have a range of similar colors that take up a large portion of the image. So for this image, we have dark blues to light blues and then yellows to oranges in the background. So the Fuzzy Select tool is perfect for these types of images. So when you grab your Fuzzy Select tool here, all you have to do is click on the background, and the color you click on will give GIMP an indication of similar colors to select. So there we go. I have a selection of similar colors based on the color I clicked on, but it's not selecting the entire sky. So what I need to do is I need to hold down my Shift key and click on the background again to add additional colors to that selection, but it's going to take quite a while doing it this way. So what I recommend doing is coming into your tool options here, clicking on Draw Mask, and then you can click and drag down to increase the amount of colors that are going to be selected. So what it's doing here is it's increasing or decreasing the threshold, whether you go down or up. And that's based on this slider right here. So the lower the number, the fewer similar colors that GIMP is going to select, and the higher the threshold, the more colors GIMP is going to select. So if I click here again, we can see it selected a lot more colors this time, but it's also selecting the foreground as well. So we want to make sure that we're starting with a low threshold and then using this method to click and drag down. And that overlay is going to give you an indication when the foreground is being selected. And then you can move it back up to lower that threshold to start with a larger selection this way. And then with your Shift key held down, continue clicking on the background to add additional colors to your selection. So again, it's only selecting similar colors based on that threshold that is currently set in the tool options. And this may take several clicks in order to get everything selected. And if you want to, you can always increase that threshold a little bit more so that you can increase the amount of colors being selected. But again, it may end up selecting colors that you don't want in the foreground. So this is a quick way to get started with the Fuzzy Select tool, and then just use the Shift key to continue selecting. Now what I can do is I can hit my Delete key or my Backspace key to delete the background. The only problem is it's not transparent. We have a solid color instead. So what we need to do is we need to go up to our image layer here, right click on it and add an alpha channel, which will allow you to delete to a transparent background. Once I hit that delete key again, we can see we have a transparent background this time. And now you can change the sky with a new image if you want to. All right, option 6 for removing backgrounds in GIMP is to use the Select by Color selection tool. It works very similar to Fuzzy Select, but this time it's going to concentrate more on a specific color versus a range of similar colors. So once I click on the background here, it will then select all the white pixels that I clicked on. Again, with the Shift key, I can click and add to the selection. Again, you need to make sure that you're adding an alpha channel so you can remove the background to transparency. Now, real quick, I'm going to switch back to this image here, and I'm going to undo all of this. And I want to show you the difference between the Select by Color and Fuzzy Select tool. So I have the threshold set the same as I did before. Once I click here, you're going to notice that it's selecting colors in the foreground as well, and not restricting it to this range right here. And that's because with Select by Color, it's choosing all the colors that you clicked on in the image, whether it's the foreground or the background. So you need to make sure you're using the right tool for the type of image that you're working on. All right, option number 5 for removing backgrounds in GIMP is using the Paths tool. So the Paths tool is a little bit more of an advanced selection tool. It's a little harder to use. It's going to take some time and practice to get used to, but it's great when you need precise selections. So to use the path tool, first grab your path tool from the toolbar here or press the letter B. And then what you need to do is you need to click on the edge that separates your background and foreground. So once I click right here, I'm left with this anchor point, and I can actually click on this anchor point and move it and reposition it if I need to. Then I can come down here, click and drag my mouse as I'm holding down my left mouse button to bend that path that connects those two anchor points. Then I can continue creating my path around the subject as needed to complete the selection process. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this path, and then I'll show you how to close it out. Now, in order to close out the path to make a selection, you first need to hold down your control key and then click on that first anchor point that you created, and that will close the path. Now, when I hit enter or return, I will have my selection, but at this point we have the subject selected, not the background. So we need to go up to select and click invert to invert the selection. Let's go ahead and add an alpha channel, and then I can remove the background. How cool is that? All right, option number 4 for removing backgrounds in GIMP is to use artificial intelligence. Yes, we have AI in GIMP, and it's used with a tool called Scissors Select. Now, it's 10 times easier and 10 times faster to use than the Paths tool, if you ask me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to this image, and now imagine having to select this image here of the subject with the Path tool with all these different curves. It will take you forever. Or I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. What you can do is use the Scissors Select tool, which is right here. And just like with the Path tool, it is going to add an anchor as soon as you click on the edge of the foreground and the background. But here is what is cool. Once I click down here, it's going to automatically find the edge and apply a path along it without having to bend that path like we did with the Path tool. So watch this. Here we go. Boom. Automatic. How awesome is that? I love it. So I can continue making a selection of my subject here by going along the edge and clicking on it, and then GIMP is going to automatically find the edge for me. Now, it's not 100% perfect like any selection tool, so you may need to make adjustments, just like we did with the Path tool. So if you take a look right here, it's selecting part of the subject's wrist as well. So what I can do is hold down my Shift key, click, and drag out, and that's going to add another anchor point, and it's going to make that fine, perfect selection exactly where I want it. Now I can come down here and I can continue making my selection. I'm going to hold down the Shift key again and click here, and it will continue making the selection based on where I add that anchor point. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll show you what you need to do next. All right, just like before with the Path tool, we need to click on that first anchor point that we started, but we don't need to hold down our control key this time. All you have to do is just click on that one. It will complete the path, and then hit enter or return to make your selection. Now, I do want to point out that the higher the quality image, the better results you're going to get with this tool, or any selection tool for that matter. This is a low resolution file, and the selection is not perfect because it is pixelated along the edge of our subject and the foreground, and it's not able to detect exactly where the edge of the background and the subject meet up. So just remember, higher quality means better options for making selections, or at least better results when it comes to making selections. Now, just like before, we're going to add an alpha channel, and then we need to invert the selection to delete the background. Now, I do need to make a selection inside of here. I'm not going to do that because now you know how to use AI in GIMP. All right, option number 3 for removing backgrounds in GIMP is using an underutilized tool in GIMP, because the tool is not available in the toolbar, and it's one of my favorites. So to find it, you're going to come down here. There's a little teeny tiny icon right here. When I hover over it, it's going to say toggle quick mask on or off, and the keyboard shortcut is Shift plus Q. So once you click on that, it's going to add a red mask overlay. So anything in red is not selected. So we need to remove the red mask in order to add to the selection. So you're going to paint with black and white to add and remove. So we're going to grab our paintbrush tool here. And to remove, we want to use white. So I'm going to switch the foreground color to white. And then when I paint over an area, it's showing the mask is being removed. And that lets you know that is now part of the selection. So again, anything in red is not being selected. So I like to start off with a large brush like this to cover a large portion of the subject. And then I'll use a smaller brush to get in closer to the edges and to get the smaller parts like her arm here. So I'm just using the scroll wheel on my mouse here to make it larger or smaller. If your mouse is not set up to do that, I do have a video in the description below that will tell you how to set that up. So I'm going to go ahead and continue around the arm here. And then what you want to do is you want to set your hardness of your brush to be right around 50. Not too hard and not too soft. If you need to, depending on the photo, you may need to go with a harder or softer edge brush. So we can do that right here in the tool options by increasing or decreasing the hardness according to what you need to do for your selection. So I'm going to switch to the zoom tool with the letter Z so I can zoom in, back to the paintbrush tool, and then a smaller brush to go along the edge just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll tell you what you need to do next. Now what you can do is you can hold down your spacebar key to get your hand tool, and then you can navigate to another part of the image. Now the other thing you want to do, or another thing you should know, I should say, is if you paint outside of your subject, let's say I go over here and paint in here, and I need to add this back to red. So what I need to do is I need to switch my foreground color to black so I can paint with black, and that's going to add the layer mask back. You can also use the letter X on your keyboard to switch back and forth between black and white. All right, so once you're done doing that, go ahead and hit Shift plus Q to get out of quick mask mode, and then GIMP is going to apply a selection around your subject, which means you need to go back up to Select and click Invert to select the background. Apply your alpha channel, and then you can remove the background. All right, step 2 for removing backgrounds in GIMP is using another AI tool called the Foreground Select tool. So you can go ahead and select that tool from here, and it's a 2-step process for using this tool. The first thing you need to do is click and drag an outline around your subject like so. It doesn't have to be perfect or along the edge of the bird, because in step 2, we're going to further refine where the edge is between the foreground and the background. To complete this, you need to go back to where you started until you see this little yellow circle. Once you release, you can hit Enter or Return to start phase 2. So we have 2 blue overlays. One is darker than the other. So we need to further refine our selection process, or to give GIMP information to make that selection for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint over our subject now. And once I release my mouse button here, it's going to go from white, and it's going to show those pixels underneath without the overlay. So basically what we're doing is we're giving pixel information, colors, contrast, that sort of thing, to tell GIMP, okay, these are the colors of the foreground, and I want you to take that information and compare it to the background. And then it's going to be able to determine where the edge is between the subject and the background. So we're going to have to go with a smaller brush now to get in here a little bit tighter. Now, just like before, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to get enough colors to give GIMP to make the determination of exactly where the edge is between the subject and the foreground. All right, so once you're done with that, you can click on the preview mask here to see what type of results you're going to get, or if you just want to try it out, you can go ahead and hit the select button right here, which I'm going to go ahead and do. Then GIMP is going to do its magic by formulating the algorithm that it's been programmed to find the edge between the subject and the background. And then we need to invert our selection again, and we can go ahead and remove the background. How awesome is that? I love it. All right, so the number one option for removing your backgrounds in GIMP is not to use a selection tool by itself and deleting the pixels like we have been permanently. Instead, I recommend hiding those pixels temporarily by using a pro editing technique that I'm going to share with you right now. So I'm going to go back to this image and I'm going to show you what I mean by permanently deleting. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this background again. And if I continue editing my image and I realize maybe I selected her hand here and I deleted all those pixels. Well, guess what? If I continue editing from this point on and I don't realize it until I'm done, well, guess what? I have to start all over. So to avoid that, we want to temporarily hide these pixels. And to do that, we're going to apply a layer mask. So we're going to come down here to the bottom of our layers panel and click on this icon right here to add a layer mask. And we want to make sure we have selection selected since we're using a selection in conjunction with the layer mask. And when you click add, boom, those pixels are gone. But even better, check this out. If I set my foreground color to white, I can then paint with white to add those pixels back. And if I switch to black, I can remove those pixels. So the pixels are hidden temporarily. How cool is that? I love it. Now, if you want to continue learning more about these selection tools, because we only covered the basics, check out this playlist right here to learn more about how you can use these selection tools to remove your background in GIMP.